Hey, what's up guys? This is Vesper and it's time for Season 4 Character Patch Notes Breakdown. We're going to go through all the notes one by one for each character with a little bit more information and clarity to help you guys understand what they could mean. Of course, we're going to start with Ryu. That's tradition, man. So, let's get started right away. First change, Standing Heavy Punch in Vtrigger 2 can now be special move cancel. So pretty self-explanatory, now Ryu can cancel his Heavy Punch just like he can while Vtrigger 1 is active. So this is great for Vtrigger 2 users that feel left out, that they can't do the same combos they can in Vtrigger 1. You can't quite do everything, but there are some cool things you can do with this using the extended range of Standing Heavy Punch. Some counter hit combos as well you can do now in Vtrigger 2. Which is great, and get some extra damage. So now it won't be as much as a deal breaker between the two V-triggers on what you prefer. Next change, Standing Medium Kick, damage increase from 60 to 70. Just a small buff to a Standing Medium Kick because most of the time you can't convert from this. It's just a single poke, a single hit. And I always like these kind of changes where they buff up these kind of normals on just slight damage increase and just encouraging you to use it more when it's properly used. Crouching Medium Kick, advantage on hit increased from +1 to +2. So this could mean a couple of things here. First off, I think this is to help Ryu combo into his Hadouken, even at really far ranges when you poke with Crouching Medium Kick. Just gives you a little bit more frame advantage, which is great because sometimes there's like a little gap, especially when you do it at absolute max range. There's a little gap where the opponent can, mash a super or mash an uppercut or something projectile invincible and hit you, and you don't want that because Ryu, this is one of your main pressure tools. So that's really great. The other thing too is, of course, since it's +2 on hit, this means that when you land a counter hit, you can actually convert from this. So now you're +4, so you can get into a standing light kick, for example, and get a little combo that way. I'm sure if you hit this meaty, you might even be more than +4 if you land a counter hit. And yeah, just an extra combo tool basically for Ryu, and make this more consistent. Alright, Ryu's Fireball now decreased the overall movement frames from 47 to 45. This is a significant buff to Ryu's Fireballs, so Ryu basically recovers 2 frames faster. That might not sound like a lot, but trust me, 1 or 2 frames sooner that you can do your uppercut and anti-air the opponent, or just simply act, whether it's a dash after or walking forward. This is huge. For example, Sagat's low Tiger Shot is 44 total frames, so that's 1 frame recovery faster than Ryu's Fireballs now, so they're really, really close together. So Ryu is going to be a zoning machine this season. They also increased the pushback on block, which is great too, because once again, when you do Crouching Medium Kick Fireball, for example, you're in that ideal uppercut range where the opponent is tempted to jump, and it pushes them back, so it allows you to zone longer, right? And they're not creeping up and getting close to you. So it rewards you for throwing fireballs, which is also a great buff. Furthermore, the light fireball has reduced projectile speed, and the heavy fireball has increased projectile speed. So once again, this is a significant buff as well. Going slower is better for the light because this means that Ryu has something to protect him if he wants to go in. Say the opponent has a life lead, you'll have something kind of like how Guile protects himself with Sonic Booms. And another thing too is that the opponent will usually react with a jump when the fireball is close to his body, which gives you even more time to anti-air him and uppercut him when the projectile moves slow like that, which is great. There's also some cool meaty setups that I've seen as well with this because of the combination of the recovery and the fireball going slower, but the light fireball is significantly buffed. The heavy fireball going faster, of course, is good for zoning because since Ryu recovers 2 frames faster, he's able to chuck the next fireball right away, and eventually, if the opponent can't keep up, if he has a fireball that's not quite as fast or recovers as fast, like Urian's fireball, for example, Ryu is simply just going to dominate in the fireball war against many, many characters because the heavy fireball goes so fast. So all these fireball buffs, the pushback, the projectile speed, the recovery, all of that makes Ryu one of the most powerful zoners this season. Okay, Ryu's EX Tatsu slightly decreased the blowback distance on hit, increased the blowback time for grounded hit. These 2 things combined allows Ryu now to have Oki after EX Tatsu. So after doing EX Tatsu now, you're able to dash up twice, for example. The opponent quick rises and you can land a meaty Standing Medium Punch because they're now closer to you and they're in the air longer. It gives Ryu time to stick to them. This is a huge, huge buff for Ryu because landing EX Tatsu is very practical. He can cancel it from many of his normals and he'll combo consistently. And one of Ryu's weaknesses in the previous seasons was he had poor sticking power. You know, once you hit the opponent once, you return back to neutral. But what if Ryu wants to rush down? Now if he wants to rush down, you have the option of doing EX Tatsu and then keeping on the opponent. I'm sure there's Oki on the back rise as well, but another pretty big buff for Ryu. Alright, Ryu's donkey kicks. The input for the donkey kicks have been changed from quarter circle forward kick. Now it's half circle forward kick. You don't have to do a complete half circle. You can start from down back if you want. It's a little shortcut for it. But this in general is just to stop some input overlapping issues with Ryu and make it consistently come out. Some people drop their combos because of overlap, so just keep in mind it's a quality of life change for Ryu players. Alright, Ryu's light donkey kick has reduced startup from 16 frames to 10, so now it comes out significantly faster, and they restricted the air combo count, which means that you can juggle from it from many different things that the other moves can't. So starting with the startup being 10 frames, this means that Ryu can basically cancel this from everything. Even like a standing light kick will combo into a light donkey kick. This is very good. So basically you can buffer this in neutral, and if the opponent sticks something out, boom, you can go into donkey kick, right? Which is great because this also cancels into super, for example. So you can get a lot of damage from that because Ryu's standing light kick is really good. And then another thing too is you can go something like this. So you have the option of knocking the opponent back if you prefer to zone rather than do a Tatsu, for example. As for the juggle limit, I'm not sure what extra combos Ryu gets from this, but it's something that the other moves can't. So something like this, where like an uppercut won't combo, right? Or a light Tatsu, you can do the light donkey kick. I don't think the other donkey kicks combo. They don't come out fast enough. I'm trying to think of another combo here. Maybe that would work. Maybe something like this. Like that with combo now. So just the main thing about this is the light kick into donkey kick is very good. Okay, the medium donkey kick now reduced the startup from 18 to 16 and increased the attack movement distance. So now it moves forward more, and it starts up faster, which means that it's easier to combo into. This is mainly to make it so Ryu can go crouching medium kick into donkey kick, which is very good because it allows Ryu to have a combo option if the opponent is crouching, for example, and you don't want to do EX Tatsu. So you can see even at like max range, this thing works. So very good. It should have been like this in the first place, honestly. So they're really buffing Ryu's donkey kicks and giving Ryu great options for consistent B and Bs, whether the opponent is crouching or not. Now for Ryu's heavy donkey kick, reduce the start from 20 to 18. This is pretty much the same thing, allowing him to combo this from more things. I think standing medium punch twice, for example. I don't know if that combo before. His forward hard punch, standing medium punch, the crouching medium punch will now link together as well. It just gives Ryu more consistent B and B options. Now for EX donkey kick, increase the attack move distance. This already comes out really fast, so pretty much the same thing. It allows Ryu to do the same kind of combos with his heavy donkey kick, where it might be too far. Alright, next change, Ryu's Vtrigger to parry / counter attack. They reduce the recovery of it from 40 frames to 36. So that means after Ryu does it and it misses, or it just comes out, he'll recover faster by 4 frames. This could also be good for attacks that like multiple hitting attacks where Ryu has to parry multiple amount of times. It could also mean that there's some situations where two attacks were really close together. Ryu couldn't parry it twice before. And also the attack recovery can now be cancelled into uppercut or EX donkey kick. This is a really nice quality of life change. I'm sure anyone who's tried using Vtrigger 2 with Ryu has had problems linking that uppercut or EX donkey kick after it actually lands. It feels like you have to mash that thing out, but now you can just buffer it because you can cancel the recovery of it. So that's a great change. Let me try to get Ryu to do it here. So I just input it and it'll come out automatically at the right time. So really nice change. Finally, it says if Ryu successfully parries an attack, but his counterattack misses, he can cancel the recovery into Mind's Eye or into the Vtrigger 2 parry. And it says, note, when canceled into from recovery, the parry startup will be 1 frame. I think this is another just kind of like a bug fix on very specific things where an attack will do multiple hits really quickly, and Ryu just can't keep up and parry it into the counterattack. This might have to do with like certain EX moves or like supers, things like that. So just experiment, guys, on certain things that you couldn't do multiple parries on before. But it's a quality of life to make sure that Ryu is able to counterattack as long as you time your parries successfully. And that's it, guys. That's all the Ryu changes for Season 4. Pretty much buffs across the board. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about these changes? Has Ryu got some really good buffs this time? Is he at the top here? Expecting a discussion on Ryu's patch notes in the future, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. We got more patch notes coming your way with details on all the notes. And like the video because it really helps out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.